they're keeping at this point. They fought well, fought in that hell, and now deserve discharge.
Thank you. Thank you.
His book is called Sensual Worry, and it is available through Amazon and also the publisher, and I've got cards if you wanted to get more information.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That was awesome.
What was your name again?
Did you want to say anything to these people?
No? Well, it was a war, and this is the greatest country in the world. It's worth fighting for, and it's worth dying for. You know, like Nathan Hale said, does anybody remember that? What Nathan Hale said?
No.
He says, I regret that I have but one life to give for my country. But that's all we got is one life. When that's gone, it's gone. But this is a great country.
When you left for the Philippines, how many men were with you in your group,
Oh,
your
yeah.
battalion?
There was 1,900. We were 1,900 men left
Sent to the Philippines?
from San Francisco to the Philippines. And when we came back, there was only 900 left. The rest had been killed or died on the death march and didn't get to come back.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Silva, for sharing. We appreciate it.
What's that?
They said thank you for sharing your story with us.
Oh, okay.
Did anybody have any questions?
So many.
Well, he loves to talk.
Oh, yeah. If anybody has a question, let me know. I'll be happy to try to answer.
What branch of service were you in?
Army.
Army.
I was National Guard,
Army.
and they promised us that the National Guard would not leave the Western Hemisphere. But we ended up as far east as we could go.
You were based out of San Francisco?
Pardon me?
Your home base was San Francisco?
Yeah, we left from San Francisco.
Okay.
Actually, where were you? Where did you originally? Where were you recruited from? What state?
Oh, that was New Mexico.
Okay.
I was with the New Mexico National Guard. And then they said we had beat them at firing the sleep targets, the regular Army. But later on we found out, no, we didn't beat them. They lost to us. Because they knew that the winner of that would be sent to the Philippines. They didn't want to go. We didn't know it. So we did our best. They did their worst. So we beat them.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
It was a shooting competition that his unit was in with regular Army. Well, the regular Army didn't want to go to the Philippines, so they decided they were going to win this competition. Well, his unit didn't know that. So
Yeah, they sandbagged.
did their best, won the competition, and ended up in the Philippines.
Great.
That'll teach you to shoot straight.
It took him a long time to start sharing these stories. And it wasn't until after my mom passed away that I really had an opportunity to sit down with him and listen to all of it. And that's when we started working on the book.
A lot of interesting stories are kept hidden in files.
And it would have all been lost if somebody, you know, if somebody doesn't write it down from these elderly men who experienced it, then it's lost.
Well, I think it's also to ask. You know,
I'm sorry?
it's also to ask.
Oh,
You know,
well.
as a young person, you see people, you see obviously veterans, and you know, you just assume that they've served, but you don't ask the questions, and those stories go away. You know, I mean, it could be as important as, you know, that could have been the person that, you know, that was on a specific ship, or, you know, in a specific battle, or something of that sort that's, you know, very historically valuable. If you don't ask the question, you just don't know.
We were in a book reading just a couple weeks ago, not even a couple weeks ago, in Danville with Vietnam veterans. And one of the young women there, who is serving right now, asked him if he knew a certain person who was her grandfather who had already passed away. My dad remembered the name. She started crying. But that was, you know, she knew that her grandfather had also been in the Death March, had also been in the Philippines, had also been a prisoner of war. And the name, he knew it. Wow.
Yeah, we were together, so I knew him.
Is it true that there's no atheists in foxholes? The saying. When you were in the prison camp for 3 years, they say that there's no such thing as.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
You ask him.
Dad, she wants to know about the fact that there's a saying that goes, there's no atheists in foxholes. Actually, why don't you tell her about the rosary
About the rosary?
that Mom gave you?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I didn't bring it. I have it on my table though. That rosary, when I left Raton, I was going to Fort Bliss, Texas, and my wife, their mother, put a rosary in my hand, and that rosary was with when the enemy searched to see what we had, they'd see that rosary and say, oh. I said, yeah, that's right. And he'd give it back to me. And so that's the only thing I took with me overseas that I brought back with my rosary. I still have it. Only I got it on my table there in my room.
So when the soldiers were being searched by the Japanese, some of them, if the Japanese found a weapon of any kind, they killed him like that, right there.
Really? Wow.
But when his backpack or his pack was searched, they found a rosary, and every time they'd see that rosary, they would leave him alone.
Wow.
The rosary was, they knew was, you know, a religious item, and they'd leave him alone.
The day the war ended, the Japanese came, and I was getting ready to go to work. We used to work, we had 12-hour shifts.
In the coal
So I
mine.
was getting ready to go to work, and the Japanese captain came in. He said, Senso Awari, Shigoto Nai. The war is over. No more work. Oh boy. So, those of us that were there, we were dancing and hugging each other and crying and laughing at the same time. We were so happy it was finally over. Yeah, we knew it would be one day, but we didn't know if we could make it. But we did. Those of us that did.
So the Japanese told you it was over?
Yeah.
And what did they do? Did they just leave? I mean, how did they?
Yeah, we didn't see him again.